What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we have top 10 WrestleManias of all time, so basically overall the best WrestleManias itself, the card itself. Coming in at number 10 we have WrestleMania 21. The match of the night was definitely Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, which is one of my personal favorite WrestleMania matches of all time. You also had the first ever Money in the Bank ladder match where Edge was the winner. Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero battled off in a friendly match to see who's the best. Three other great main events were the Legend Killer Randy Orton versus The Undertaker, JBL versus John Cena for the WWE Championship, and the main event Triple H versus Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship. Number 9 we have WrestleMania 23. The match of the night was John Cena versus Shawn Michaels in a singles match for the WWE Championship. Originally we were going to see a WrestleMania 22 rematch of Cena versus Triple H, but Triple H got injured and that injury was a blessing in disguise. This WrestleMania also had a fun Money in the Bank ladder match, which saw Mr. Kennedy win the match. Sadly, he was fired and lost his push. The other main event was Batista versus The Undertaker, which was also a great match. Oh, you guys were expecting me to talk about Mr. McMahon versus Trump. No. That match, no. We don't talk about that, guys. Number 8, WrestleMania 30. The 30th anniversary of WrestleMania was one to remember. The match of the night was none other than Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. What makes this WrestleMania special is fans stood up for what they believed in, and we got it. I'm talking about Daniel Bryan getting his push after weeks of us chanting Daniel Bryan, yes, we want Bryan. After weeks of that, we finally got it. After Daniel Bryan defeated Triple H in a stellar match, we saw another great match. He became the undisputed champion in a triple threat match versus Batista and Randy Orton. This WrestleMania is also known for when Lesnar ended the streak. Yes, guys, Lesnar became the 1 in 21-1. Also, you have John Cena burying Bray Wyatt, but it was still a good match, but still, why'd you have to bury him, Cena? Boo! Number 7, WrestleMania 22. The match of the night was John Cena versus Triple H. The only reason that is the match of the night is because it was the longest match. Other great matches were Mickie James versus Trish Stratus back when the women's division mattered. Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton versus Kurt Angle for the World Heavyweight Championship, where we saw Rey Mysterio finally win the World Heavyweight Championship as the biggest underdog. Shawn Michaels versus Mr. McMahon in one of the most brutal hardcore matches. Edge versus Mick Foley, where we will never forget the famous spear through the flaming table. Finally, a fun Money in the Bank ladder match that saw RVD as the winner. I feel like this WrestleMania would be higher on my list if it was longer. Also, if Taker had a better opponent. Mark Henry was his opponent. Like, come on! Number 6, WrestleMania 28. The match of the night was Undertaker versus Triple H in a Hell in a Cell match with Shawn Michaels as special guest referee. The streak was on the line, and this match had drama, brutality, and amazing kickouts. The other two main events were very close to second as being match of the nights. Those matches were CM Punk versus Chris Jericho for the WWE Championship, and The Rock versus Cena in a once-in-a-lifetime match. The build-ups for both those matches were great, and both matches were very entertaining to watch. The rest of the card wasn't the greatest, but those three matches made that WrestleMania spectacular. I feel like it's better to have longer matches, unlike WrestleMania 22. Number 5, WrestleMania 18. What made this WrestleMania so significant is that it was about the time that WWE shifted from the Attitude Era to the Ruthless Aggression Era. The match of the night was the Icon versus Icon match, The Rock versus Hulk Hogan. I still feel like it should have been Stone Cold, but anyways, we also had a great Undisputed Championship match between Chris Jericho and Triple H. Ric Flair and Undertaker battled off in one hell of a match, which was a no DQ match, don't forget that. Kurt Angle versus Kane and RVD versus William Regal was also very fun to watch. Number 4, WrestleMania 3. This WrestleMania is so high on my list because it includes two moments that you will never forget in WrestleMania history. Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant and picking up the win. The other moment, which was the match of the night and also goes down as the best Intercontinental Championship match, Macho Man Randy Savage versus Ricky Steamboat. The rest of the card was but those two moments you will never forget ever in WrestleMania history, so that's why this is on my list as number 4. Number 3, WrestleMania 20. The 20th anniversary was the best anniversary out of the 3 that I had on this list. The match of the night was the main event, which saw Benoit defeat Triple H and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat match. It is the best triple threat match of all time. But what makes it more special was Benoit and Eddie Guerrero celebrating as champions at the end of the night, holding both titles up. They were the true underdogs, and now they're champions at this moment. Which reminds me of Eddie Guerrero's awesome match versus Kurt Angle. Also, The Undertaker returns to defeat Kane. Evolution versus Rock and Sock Connection were also really enjoyable matches. Let's not talk about Triple H versus Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. Who said Roman Reigns versus Triple H? Not me. Definitely not me. No. Number 2, WrestleMania 19. WrestleMania 19 was an excellent card. It was near perfect. The match of the night was the main event between Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. It was one hell of a match. You also had the third match between The Rock and Stone Cold, which was incredible, and you finally saw The Rock defeat Stone Cold. Vince McMahon and Flair had an entertaining street fight. Shawn Michaels versus Jericho was a very technically sound match. You also had a great match between Triple H and Booker T, but then again, Booker T was buried, so how great of a match was it really, guys? Anyways, that was a really great WrestleMania, guys. Number 1, WrestleMania 17. If WrestleMania 19 was near perfect, then what was WrestleMania 17? It was a perfect WrestleMania card. It had everything from good to great to pure awesomeness. It started off with a fun match with Jericho and William Regal battling for the IC title. After that, you had Kane, Big Show, and Raven having a brutal hardcore match for the Hardcore Championship. Right after that, you have Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit in a pure wrestling match. Then you have Shane McMahon facing off his dad in a crazy street fight. Who will forget the triple threat tag match with the Hardys, Dudley Boys, and Edge and Christian in a TLC match? Then you had the first Undertaker and Triple H match, which started the trilogy, and you had the main event, Stone Cold versus The Rock, where Stone Cold turned heel and joined Vince McMahon's side. That was the best WrestleMania of all time, guys. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment down what I missed, and can WrestleMania 32 be better than WrestleMania 17, guys? I'm so sorry. I couldn't even say that without laughing. We all know WrestleMania 32 will never be better than WrestleMania 17. Anyways, guys, take care and spike your hair.